Back, lottery fans. Today I'm going to be doing a secret pick 4 lottery rundown that I've been tracking for about the last couple of weeks now. Been noticing this working in several states, so I'm going to go ahead and do it for you today. Show you a couple of different states where you can start out, but then go ahead and try it at home in your own state as well. And definitely let me know in the comments if you do try it in your state and it is working for you. But we're going to be using our Pick 4 Tic-Tac-Toe Rundown worksheet to do this. This is, as always, free to download from lotteryypredictor.com. It's in the resources section. You can go ahead and grab that. That way you can do this on your own. And we're going to be using our mirror numbers today, and those are on this sheet as well. So it's a good, handy worksheet to have. And of course, we've got our scratch-off ticket today that we're going to do after the end of the rundowns. Hopefully win some money on the scratch-off ticket. As you know, new thing I've been doing this year is a scratch-off at the end of every single rundown. So far, we have not been having a great amount of luck with them, but maybe today will change. So we'll go ahead and do that afterwards, put that to the side there. But let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to show you, as I said, 2 different states, show you how to do this rundown. It's one I haven't done before, so definitely be interested to hear the feedback on it, and then you'll be able to go ahead and try it in your state. So the first state that we're going to go ahead and do is going to be for Michigan, and specifically the Michigan Midday Lottery. So the Midday Pick 4. Now you only need one result for you to actually start. Go ahead and use this. So I'm going to go ahead and use today's Midday Lottery result, which is 112. Today's 112 rather. The result was not 112, and the result from 112 was a 0559. Now to do this rundown, we're going to take our 0559 and put it diagonally from top left to bottom right, as we do with a lot of our rundowns in our base grid here. So we'll put a 0 in the top left, a 5, 5, and then a 9. So we have it going diagonally across our base grid here. Now we're going to use a version of our anti-clockwise counting up pattern. You may have seen this throughout December as I was using this, where it was hitting a lot in a lot of different states. I've gone ahead and taken that rundown, modified it a little bit, and that's also been hitting, so that's what we're going to use. Now in the normal anti-clockwise counting up, we'll start with the 9, and then we'll go back to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, anti-clockwise, etc. This time we're going to count up in 2, so it's a little bit harder. You might have to go a little bit slower to count up in 2s, but rather than counting up in 1s, we're going to count up in 2s. So we'll start with the 9, and then we'll go to counting up in 2s, so that will give us a 1. It would give us an 11, but because we only use a 1 digit, we go back to a 1. So we go 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Once we get back to 9, we go back to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And then these two in the middle, we're going to keep going around, spiraling in. So 9 goes back to 1, and then a 3, like so. So that's how we fill in our base grid. Now to get our translated grid, we're going to, as I said, we're going to use our mirror numbers here. So we're going to look up every single individual number in our base grid along the top line of our mirror numbers here. And the number underneath it will be our mirror number we'll put in the translated grid. So we'll start with a 0. On the top line, it's a 0. 5 is underneath it, so we'll put a 5 in that spot right there. 9 underneath it is 4. 4 goes there. 7 underneath it's a 2. A 2 goes there. 5 underneath it's a 0. 0 goes there. And we just keep going down line by line, looking up the mirror numbers, filling it in the spots. So 1 is a 6. 5 is a 0. 1 is a 6. 3 is an 8. 3 is an 8. 3 is an 8. 5 is a 0. 1 is a 6. And finally, last line, 5 is a 0. 7 is a 2. 9 is a 4. And 9 is a 4. Like so. Simple as that. Now, to get our suggested numbers, we're going to go ahead and pick 4 numbers from our base grid and 4 numbers from our translated grid. Now, you can go ahead and you can apply any pattern you like. You can just look at the grid and you can pick out the numbers you want if you like. I often like to put in some patterns that I like to follow. And for this one, we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to use our vertical straight down pattern. So we're going to use the 4 verticals straight down like so. So that will go ahead from our base grid. That gives us a 0, 1, 3, 5 as our first number, a 9, 5, 3, 7, a 7, 1, 5, 9, and a 5, 3, 1, 9. The thing I really like about this pattern is a lot of these numbers look similar and most of them are the same. It's just they've got a few digits off, you know, 1 or 2 digits off on each of the actual numbers. So they're really good for when you're getting really close to getting a number, but you're always hitting 1 off or 2 off. This kind of rundown works pretty well because it gives you a good broad spread across a smaller set of numbers. Now on our translated grid, we're going to go ahead and do exactly the same. We'll use our verticals straight down these patterns like so. So that will give us a 5680, a 4082, a 2604, and a 0864, like so. And there you have it. So there you have the 8 numbers that we can now play in the Michigan midday pick 4. So that's Michigan. Let me go ahead and show you that rundown again. We'll do another state here. I'll show you the rundown again so you can hopefully get an idea of how it works. And for our second state, we're going to go ahead and use California. And it's going to be the California, I believe it's a daily 4 in the evening in California. Now we're going to go ahead and use yesterday's results from the evening. So 11-1, so the 11th of January. We need that 1 digit again, which was a 6394 yesterday. So we're going to take that 6394 in our base grid, put it top left to bottom right, like so. And then we're going to go ahead and do that counting up by 2 in an anti-clockwise manner. So we start with the 4 in the bottom right, and then we go to 6, 8. Once we get to 8, we go to 0 because it would be a 10, but we only want the 1 digit. So we take the 0 from the 10. And then we're at 0 again. We start with 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, 2, 4. And then we spiral inwards to fill in these last 2 boxes, 6 and 8, like so. Now we're going to go ahead and use our mirror numbers again. It should be noted though that if you do try this rundown yourself in your state and you're not hitting off of the mirror numbers, you can switch those out to be the flip numbers. These are interchangeable. It really depends on whatever seems to be working best in your state at the moment. So definitely try changing them out and seeing what works. So we look up the top line, the 6, 1 underneath is a 1, so we put the 1 in there. 4 on the top line, underneath it is a 9, put a 9 in here. 2 underneath it's a 7, put a 7 there. And 0 underneath it's a 5, 5 in there. Then we've got a 6, which is a 1, 3 is an 8, 6 is a 1, 8 is a 3, 8 is a 3, 8 is a 3, 9 is a 4, 6 is a 1, 0 is a 5, and a 7, and 2 9s, like so. Now we're going to go ahead and put our same patterns in again. As I said, you can change up your patterns. You can do the horizontals if you like, or you can do crisscrossing patterns, or you can do 2 verticals and 2 horizontals. Completely up to you. I just like playing the verticals off this one because it does give us that close together spread of numbers. So we got a 6680. We got a 4382. A 2694 and a 0864. And once again, we'll play exactly the same on our translated grid here. Those verticals straight down. And that will give us a 1135, a 9837, a 7149, and a 5319. And there we have it. There we have our 8 numbers that you can now take a look at playing in the California Evening Lottery. Alright, let's go ahead and do our scratch off card. We've got an Illinois Lottery $2 Monopoly card. As mentioned before in previous videos, these are fairly new. They just came out in the last few days. Fairly simple game. We're going to rub off our winning symbols, scratch off the top hats, and if we match them, we're going to win that prize. So we are looking for the dog this time and the crown. Those are the 2 symbols we're looking for, the dog and the crown. So we'll start with the red line here. And we have water. No, we don't need water. We have a go sign. We don't need the go sign. And we're also looking for the multipliers as well. If we get a multiplier, we'll get the multiplier for that prize. Diamond, we don't need a diamond. Car, we don't need a car. We're still looking for the dog or the crown. So far I haven't won off of these Monopoly cards yet. Bills, we don't need bills. We don't need a shoe. We don't need a ring. We don't need a safe. Alright, last two on the yellow line here. A bulb, nope, last one, fingers crossed. And some coins. Once again, no winner on this one. Bad luck prevails, but never mind. Maybe in the next video, we'll get a winning one. Alright, I'll be back with more rundowns later on. As you know, I've got some more horoscope rundowns coming up. Going to be doing some more angel number rundowns, and I'll be doing some more of these secret rundowns as well that I've been tracking recently, and those have been working. Alright, give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this. Definitely follow. Comment down below if you want to see a specific state being done. Always like to hear your feedback on those states. In the meantime, good luck, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.